Where does your water come from? For many Texans, that's a surprisingly hard question to answer, and state officials know that knowledge gap could become a real problem as our population keeps booming. That's why the Texas Water Development Board came up with a water campaign. It's called This is Texas Water. L'Oreal Stephanie is the chair of the Texas Water Development Board. She joins us now to talk more about this and other things. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Chairwoman, this campaign launched, late last month?
Yes.
What is the point of this and why do we need it?
Well, water is very important to our state, to our local communities, to our industry, to agriculture, to steam and electric. And so the Texas legislature in 2023, they asked the Texas Water Development Board to develop a statewide water campaign only focused on water. We want the communities to know where your water comes from. We want you to know what the water needs are for your communities over the next 50 years. And what planning and infrastructure needs to be in place to support those needs. We want all communities to be set up for success. And so that's one of the points of the campaign, is to inspire Texans to learn about where your water comes from. We also want to make the invisible visible. You know, we go about our day, we get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we take a shower.
We turn on those taps,
exactly,
they work.
Exactly. We want them all to work and water to flow freely. But a lot of times we don't realize water is the raw material in many of the products that we use on a daily basis. It helps produce our food supply for Texas. And so we want to make the invisible visible. And that's one of the points for the This is Texas Water campaign. And we have a website and we're just real excited about the whole process.
Listen, I was playing around the website. One of the cool tools I think that you guys have is that zip code.
Absolutely.
Right? So will you explain to our audience how it works? You put in your zip code, what happens after that?
Well, it's a great tool. So first go to thisistexaswater.org, and in the right-hand corner of the website, there's a space for you to type in your zip code. You type in your zip code and like magic, you learn about where does your water come from in your local community. For example, in Travis County, the website lays out, 86% of our water comes from surface water in Travis County, about 9% from groundwater. And it just lays all of that out in a simple, easy to understand, plain language form for the community to understand. What's also a really cool feature, we have really embedded into the website some of the information from our state water plan. So Texans can go on the website and they can look and say, oh, here are our water needs over the next 50 years. And here's our existing supply. And then also, what are some water management strategies that need to be in place to sustain those needs and to fill any gaps in water supply that we have.
Chairwoman, you're reading my mind because that's my next question, right? Last week, the Texas Water Development Board passed the 2027 state water plan, and it shows that demand, right? That it's going to exceed supply in just a couple of years. It's not that far away if no action is taken, right? So, and the plan includes, as you mentioned, thousands of water strategies. How many?
There's about 6,700
yeah, it's
water
not like
management
23.
Absolutely, and Texans should be very proud of their local leaders. There's 16 regional planning groups across the state, and we have representatives from the different communities that make up those regional planning groups because they know what their local communities need. So there's 6,700 strategies, 3,000 projects that are outlined in the plan.
Price tag for that, $174 billion.
$174 billion, but that's over 5 decades. That's over 50 years, but and it's spaced out by decade. But I think the point with that is the strategies are very important to implement, and it's going to take all of us to implement those strategies. The local level, state participation, public-private partnerships, all of those are tools that we really need to utilize in order to implement the plan.
We're running out of time, Chairwoman, but I got to get in one last question. We reported last week that the board also denied a petition that would have come up with some standalone water tracking system for data centers. Can you just kind of tell us why the board denied that petition?
Well, the Texas Water Development Board does an annual water use survey, and we've been doing that for many, many years. Starting in 2020, we started to focus on a subcategory, these data centers. And so we already collect water use information. We've also partnered with the Public Utility Commission, and we're collecting even more data. So we want the data centers to think about when you're looking for your water supply, think about your power supply, also think about your water supply. And so we believe we have the tools in place, but it's a continuing conversation.
Sure.
I know our state leaders are looking at that as well.
Agency was already coming up with a way to track that.
Absolutely, we're already tracking it.
Chairwoman, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.